So we have this data set that has been given to us for this A/B testing.
Correct.
Right. So I guess the key thing was that we are trying to do nudge, right? We're trying to nudge.
Yes.
So in presenting basically the option of pay buddy, pay later to some people
versus the normal method.
Normal method, whatever is going on, where it's just a list and they have to choose.
Correct.
They voluntarily choose. Here you nudge them by actually presenting at the top of the list or something. Prominently present pay buddy, pay later.
Correct.
And then you want to see whether or not this has increased their, what has it done? You're testing whether it has.
I think the most important thing they want is engagement. Right?
Engagement. Whether it has basically caused people to become more engaged.
More engaged.
So there is some other score, this engagement score. So what does the data look like? I mean, what data has he given us for that?
So let's see. Largely seems to be the same format that we have.
Transaction data.
Customer data, customer ID, transaction ID, timestamp, merchant segment. This is all similar to what was there earlier.
Transaction data.
They have only given us additional 3-month data in terms of spend. Instead of 12 months, they've given us 3 months.
Because it's the experiment is 3 months.
Correct.
Huh?
Correct.
3-month experiment they did.
3 months on credit card, 3 months on debit card.
What is the last 3 months spent on credit card? What is the last 3 months spent on debit card? Okay.
Percentage debit card in wallet.
Okay, same.
Number of premium. Now they've given us old engagement segment and new engagement segment. And they've told us which group this customer was in. Was he in the test group? He or she was in the test group? Or in
target,
the control
target group, so test group.
Test group or control group?
Or control group. Control group basically means that they
showed the normal.
They show the normal screen. Whereas test group,
they did the nudge.
They did the nudge. Okay, so what are we supposed to check? Whether or not engagement has improved for
improved or not.
Whether it has improved or not, but it could have improved if everybody. I mean, it also improved. Over time, so
true.
Engagement may improve for everybody, but has it improved more prominently for the test group as compared to the
control?
That's what you have to check.
Yes.
So this experiment that we did, first thing we have to check is that the experiment is designed properly.
So how can we check that?
It means that it's not a biased experiment. I mean, if your experiment itself is biased in such a way that you have biased in favor of something, let us say you biased in favor of debit card, then in the sense that you selected the participants who are given the nudge as the people who are already using already using the, what do you call it, pay buddy, pay later type instrument, which is like debit card, then you are going to get an answer which is going to be favorable to you. And then you will say that your nudge is working. No, I won't believe that. So you have to make sure that the experiment is designed in such a way that we have not biased. So the control group and test group has the same
statistical properties.
What property are we looking at here? That their proclivity to use the
credit card
or debit card
has to be similar. Okay. So let's create
that I think is a
pivot
good
table.
Yeah.
And then we will say
type of instrument.
Sum of 3 months of. And we want here average. No, we don't want sum.
Because the total amount spent on debit card and credit card may be very different. Average, So average spend on debit card.
And average
spend on. The ratio of average spend on debit card to average spend on credit card for the test and control group
should be the same.
Actually,
it's already clear to me, GV, that this is a well-designed experiment.
Yeah.
Right? So if you see, the control group and the test group are both spending roughly similar amounts on credit cards and roughly similar amounts on debit cards.
Oh, I see.
We don't even need to calculate percentages.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's equal, no? The numbers are
roughly equal.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it's good. Experiment is good. Okay. So from the experiment, we can say basically that there is no specific orientation to debit or credit card.
Correct.
For either the control group or the
test group.
Okay.
Hmm?
Now we have to
Now-
see whether there's any difference in the engagement values of the
Correct.
control group, of the test group as compared to the control group.
Okay. So now what will we do? We want to
Movement in engagement value is what you have to
Yes.
measure.
Old engagement versus new engagement.
How do you measure movement?
So we will look at in rows. We will take old engagement segment.
Visually you want to do it. Okay, fine. Okay. I thought you'll take some differences. That was what.
No, let's see how it moved.
How
na?
it moved. Okay.
Okay. Let's just. I think the best way to do it is to do a pivot table.
All right. So what you'll do,
I will take.
along rows you're taking old engagement.
Yes.
You want to take old engagement in the row
And new
and
engagement
new
in
in the column.
column.
Okay, let's do that. Start with, I think that makes sense. Ideally you want to visualize it somehow. Show diagram with arrows. But anyway, we'll see that somebody can do it, I think.
That okay. So let's do one thing. Let's see if we can create a chart. If Excel suggests a good chart, once we create.
You may not be able to do that. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that may be advanced. Right now, at least let's create, as you said, create a table. Row being old engagement value and column being new engagement value and
Count
what
of
is
transactions.
count of
Count of transactions.
transactions. Yeah, count of transactions. Count of transactions. Yeah. What are we saying here?
So what are we saying?
It's saying that if the old engagement
If
value
I was a high engagement customer initially, there were 826 customers who were high engagement initially,
okay,
of which after this test, actually the number of high engagement customers from this group went down to 550. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So on the high engagement guys, it doesn't seem to have had a very great effect.
Because they are, I mean, okay, maybe the
Maybe
credit
it's
card
just
users,
normal drift or whatever.
maybe the credit card users, they don't care.
Maybe.
We
But-
don't know. Okay,
But
let's.
the
Yeah.
about to churn. So we had 1,000 people who were originally about to churn, and half of them have become high engagement, and half of them have become medium engagement.
Oh, that's good, no?
That is good.
Nobody's low.
Nobody is.
Nobody's in low.
No, nobody is in low. Nobody is in low.
Okay.
And of the low engagement users, almost half have moved to high, and a quarter have moved to medium.
This is good. So we have had an impact on about to churn and low engagement customers.
Correct. And
What about medium engagement customers?
we also seem to have had an impact on medium engagement.
They also
customers.
become high.
Correct.
So we had an impact on medium engagement customers, but we have had not much of an impact. In fact, it's the opposite impact.
On the
But we don't know. With 3 months, normally itself,
don't know.
we'll have to ask actually. We'll ask Venkat and see.
Correct.
Normally itself, in 3 months, some high engagement customers will move to other engagement and then you have to
Correct.
bring them back. Something you may have to do.
So if you
Some loyalty and all that you have to do.
instead of looking at all this fine calculations, no, GV, if you look at a gross picture,
Total picture.
gross picture, we had about 1,000 high, 2,000 medium, 1,000 low, and 1,000 about to churn initially.
Okay.
And if you look at the picture after, we have about 3,000 high, 1,700 medium, 200 low, and no about to churn.
No about to churn is, I think.
It's very strange, no?
No, I have a feeling that it is because that definition.
Maybe.
Definition said 6
Correct,
months
correct.
no activity.
No activity.
Whereas here you're 3 months
Yeah.
of data.
Perhaps.
So you don't have the data to.
Correct.
Huh? I don't know.
Maybe. But nonetheless, I think it is, our percentages are significantly better.
More people seem to be in high and medium now than earlier. Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So
it means this is nudge work, huh?
this looks like.
Okay.
No?
Let's show it to Venkat and see
Let's
what he has
show
to
it
say.
to Venkat.
Yeah.